Hey everyone, Storm here, bringing you guys another First Descendant build guide. Today we're going to go over Lepic, specifically Void Erosion Lepic. I specifically made this build for the Void Erosion so that we could dominate there. So what is fantastic about Lepic and the Void Erosion, he's got like the best crowd control, better than VS, better than like anyone you could imagine because his traction grenade just pulls everyone in. So I'm going to talk to you about how we're going to do that today. I'm going to go over the weapons I'm using, the components, and the reactor as well, which that one will be interesting. As you can see, I have a singular non-attribute, but that doesn't matter, and I'll go over why. So let's get started out with his modules here. So specifically, I went with the power unit change. Reason being, you don't really care about skill power, so the overclock dealing firearm damage, which we all know that firearm damage is king in the erosion here. So right there, you can see that that increases your firearm attack by 52%. That is just like on match. I tried not using it because of it inflicting burn, and I was like, oh, I don't really want burn on there, because if you have burn on, you can't get the long-term chill. For you, your teammates can, but you can't have two status effects going at once. So that was why I didn't want it. However, after testing it, it definitely makes sense to run it as much as you can. That firearm attack is just so good. Then I built them all around duration and cooldown. So that is pretty much everything I have on here. These two are focused on tech and focused on fire. The skill power literally doesn't matter at all. I'm not using any skill damage. This is only because I cared about that cooldown on these two. Then I've got MP conversion and nimble fingers here to really reduce that cooldown even more. Now, again, I said I went with a lot of duration, so I've got here maximize duration, battle of stamina, which is going to give me another 8.8%. That extra HP is fantastic as well. And then maximize range and skill extension right here. So the maximized range is going to help you get a little bit more enemies in at once. You don't necessarily need it if you want a defense or something there. If you're having struggling dying, you could put defense there as well. But I really like it that this pulls such a large area to you. Increased HP and battle of stamina. I like these because they're nice to get you going and just so you can take a hit. However, you don't need a ton of HP because everything is almost always crowd controlled. Until you get to the boss, you will need it there. Battle of stamina, if you are struggling here and you keep dying, you could always put on like stim accelerant or HP amplification if you can get by without as much MP or the shield. But I found that this was the best for me. And I think it will probably be the best for you too. Just be really aware of the damage you're taking at the boss. So that is what we have for our modules there. The two guns that I primarily use, and I do use the executor at the end of it, but I'm primarily using the last dagger. As you know, everyone is. What I have for rolls on there is firearm attack, damage to darkness, firearm critical damage, and chill attack. And then at the top here, I rolled all for firearm attack, fire rate, and then chill attack at the top just to increase that chill damage we are doing. You could roll it a few different ways if you wanted to make it more. One potential thing that I would change if you were to have it, because this is what I'm using for Glay as well, but if you were not using it for Glay and you wanted to go with extra bullets, so rounds per magazine instead of fire rate on one of them could also be very effective. Maybe I'll make another one, but for now, that is what I'm doing. I'm just rocking it. The reload time on this is pretty short. It's like, even with all the, let's go into the modules here. So even with the reload timer here and here going down, I still find it to be a pretty fast reload. I mean, let's just look and see what it's at here. Reload time is 1.2 seconds. So it feels really quickly. I went with all three chill mods. I have Snowflake Conductor, Chill Enhancement, Chill Priority. I did have chill circulation on there first, but I just found that it was nice to not have a cooldown, to just have the more consistent damage than the burst damage. So I personally liked it. Either one will be fine. Then better concentration, super important to get that crit damage up. Firearm crit damage, very important. I'm actually gonna go why, and just in case you haven't used the last dagger and you don't know why, we'll go over that. So expand weapon charge, better insight, firearm attack. So I wanted the fire rate high again. However, I'd rather take that critical hit damage instead of the extra 5% fire rate because we are doing tons and tons of crits. So that was really helpful for me when I switched that action, reaction, and rifle reinforcement, of course, on everything. So let's take a quick look here though at the special settings for the unique ability. I'm going to read this to you guys, just in case you haven't used it. So when hitting an enemy, grants unique abilities Patience and Lethal Dagger. Patience is reset on reload at max deck and grants Strike. Strike consumes all rounds and fires enhanced rounds. From what I can tell, that Strike is one enhanced round, just like one bullet. That does for me anywhere between 1.5 million and about 4 million, just under like 2.5 million. So it's a massive one. When Strike is removed, grant steps. So you notice this less in the Void Erosion, except when you're running from spot to spot. But you do get quite a bit faster. I realized that when I was running through dungeons with Inez and using it, it really cracks. So here, because your duration is 15 seconds, which is a lot longer than you think, you can get up to 30 stacks of it. So that crit rate is going to be super high. So 30 times 2.2, you're going to be over 60% crit rate. I don't think you need to add a ton of crit rate here unless you, I mean, it's just really nice to have it all the way up there. I still put, like you saw, that Better Insight. If I had removed anything else to put another mod on, I would have removed Better Insight. And I'll go back to it and show you in a moment here. Patience duration is 15 seconds, max stacks to 30. And then all bullets reloaded for the consumed. And then firearm attack times rounds per magazine, it times 116%. So that's another reason you want that more rounds per magazine in there. And then duration, this is just that increased movement speed. So right here, if I were to change anything, I just like the more consistent crit, but I would put consume magazine on there. Oh, not consume magazine. What is that? Magazine support, where you get like the extra 20%. I can't think of what it is. Where is that? Yes, concentrate support ammo. This would be the one I would replace Better Insight with if you wanted to try something a little bit different. You get that extra crit hit damage and rounds per magazine. Again, you would not do that if it were Glay, because you don't necessarily benefit from that as much. But on other characters like Lepic, this might be the perfect switch to go from Better Insight to that instead. Now let's go back here. Executor, I don't use this until I get to the boss, but I did switch it to my second weapon rather than my third weapon because I wanted to use that special round so I could make sure I have full rounds at the end to acquire those. And I just put whatever rounds on that I'm not using in a gun. So since I'm not using a special round right now, I put that one on because I'm not going to be using them for my other gun. Chill enhancement, snowflake conductor, and where is my other one? I could have sworn I had it. Maybe I just skipped. Oh yeah, I did it because I wanted more of that expand weapon charge, action, reaction. Shell up is super important. Again, that concentration, priority, better concentration. You don't need any crit hit rate on this because of its unique ability here that on hitting an enemy with all bullets grants the unique ability execute its exaltation at the highest stage, increase weak point damage on hit and inflicts electrocution to the enemy target. So duration is 5 seconds, max stacks of 3, accuracy 10%. Here is what just boosts you all the way up to that 99% crit rate when you have it. So no need to have any crit rate mods on this gun. It's going to slay. I put the perforator on there because I did build that for the Void as well. But I haven't taken this out yet, so I don't know that you'll need to either. If you do run out of bullets, if you're trying to do it solo, that is my intention on there. But I only use Lepic for a group build because it's just so powerful to bring everyone together for your team. For inversion reinforcements, I do have the Hunt here, just giving myself that extra HP whenever you defeat an enemy, which is a lot. Then here, I'm going those extra chill rounds on hitting enemy firearm grants those chill rounds. Just super great to have all that more chill damage added to your bullets. Then here, just nice to get that extra HP recovery every now and then for the occasional times you do get hit between crowd controls. It's nice to have that. Then over here, I went with the volcanic reactor. The reason I did that is because I wanted the handgun attack, handgun ATK up, as well as the shotgun. And I mean, the hand cannon that I haven't been using will also benefit from this as well. I don't really care about the skill powers. On your substats, fire resistance and HP are going to be key, especially going against Legion of Darkness. They are fire, so it's nice to have that fire resistance and HP. If you were to have anything else, it'd be MP recovery out of combat. Volcanic sensor, you want the highest MP you can get in the MP recovery in combat. You're going to be in combat most of the time in the vessel as you move from pack to pack. And then you also want that max MP because even though you don't care about the damage your ability does, you're trying to throw that traction grenade and use your second ability, the overclock, as much as you can to get that extra firearm attack. Over here, I have MP recovery modifier. That is what I want. I don't care about electric resistance for this Legion. of darkness if I'm doing wave 30. However, if I were to be doing wave 28 and 29, that is nice. Or wait, 27. Yeah, 27 actually. It's 27. That is nice. Otherwise, just go for defense. But I honestly, like I said, I'm not dying at all, so it doesn't really matter. Here, volcanic processor, equipment drop rate. It does seem to me that equipment does count as like reactors. And it seems like it is counting for the extra drops of, I can't even think of what they're called, but the extra drops of the cores. So I would put that on there. Otherwise, max shield just for a little bit more survivability. Here, what you're going to want is skill cooldown and skill duration. You don't have to level the reactor up. It doesn't matter which guns you have on. Just get cooldown and duration. Cooldown slightly over duration is more important if you had to choose which one is better. Like if you have a higher roll of cooldown on one, I would go for that over duration. Your duration's already really high, and there's other ways that you can get duration. And if your cooldown's high enough, you can just throw another grenade. So that is what I found to be great. So just talking a little bit about what you want to do here for uh, the gameplay style is I'm going to show you some clips here and kind of go over what you want to do, but I'm not going to show you the whole Void vessel. If you want them in the future, maybe I'd post it. But it's not a speed run or anything, so I think it's just like a waste of your time to have the full 10 minutes on there. Let me know in the comments if you don't disagree. But or if you agree or disagree with that. But essentially, what you're going to do is you can lead the pack. You're going to throw your grenade there, and you're going to let everyone shoot. You shoot at it. Like, try to shoot as much as you can. Go for those weak points. Try to hit them up. As soon as your grenade goes down, throw another one. If you keep everyone up, there's your teammates aren't going to be taking damage. You are not going to be taking damage. So as you can see here, just kind of throwing the grenade, running around, overclocking. Whenever it turns off, you can see it over on the left-hand side of your screen in the buffs. Sometimes I just get over crazy and just do it every time the cooldown is, but it goes for quite a bit longer here than the cooldown. On mine, I have a 3.7-second cooldown, but it lasts 9.8 seconds. So again, it's something that you don't just watch it on the side, watch it on the buffs. Go at it when you can. It is going to make you do burn instead of chill for in the thing that happens to them, but you really want to just keep it on that as much as you can because your damage is much higher. Then, if anyone goes down, you try to pick them up. You usually, unless it is like a healer on the team, unless Eugen's on the team, you're probably doing the least amount of damage compared to the Glaze and Haley's that you're probably with. So try to pick them up, be a good teammate. And as you can see here, I'm just going to share this clip where at the end, like I'm with these Glaze, and whenever they go down, I'm trying to pick them up. Then when I have that opportunity, I switch to my shotgun and hopefully have a lot of shells, which I do here, you see. Then I just run up and I just clock them right in the back or just wherever I can. I try to stay out of the way, roll when I can. But this, as you can see, just does a ton of damage, just really chunks his health down. So it's not like you're doing nothing for damage. So you guys, I hope this video was great for you. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you end up trying it out, what you think. Is Lepic someone that you have built up already? Is he someone you've been using? Let me know what you think in the comments. Always appreciate your feedback. And if there's any questions you have, as I always say, ask away. Have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.